So, my Uncle Ted has tweeted an old Turkish proverb, and it goes, when a clown moves into a palace, he doesn't become a king. The palace becomes a circus. I think there's a lot of wisdom in that, don't you?
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer. What you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You know it. True Slinger at you one more time, right? Episode 114. Yeah, let me get these off. I'm done rocking out. Yeah, I listen to that every single time because you know what? You can fast forward through it. I really enjoy it. I don't know. So, yeah, what's going on, man? It's good to see y'all. Yeah, episode 114. And who cares what day it is? It's sometime in July. I don't know, middle of July, July 17th. Yeah, man. And dystopian reality, waking up in that crap every single day. But it's cool. I mean, it's exciting. I'll tell you that. I constantly feel like I'm on the edge of something. I don't believe I've ever felt quite this alive in my life. And I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it's a good thing, right? I mean, sure it is, right? Why not? So, yeah, what the hell is going on, right? Well, gosh, I don't know. I'm a little freaked out because my understanding, and I think I'll wrap up on this toward the end of the show if my One Flesh didn't put too much stuff in there. But, yeah, aliens are coming. I don't know if you know this, but this is the year, buddy. Yep, the big alien invasion is coming. 2024. Yeah, 2020. Oh, 2024? Yeah, so, you got to prepare in 2023. It's all coming in 2024. So yeah, all the stars are lining up, and if that doesn't keep you sticking around, if that's not a teaser, I don't know what will. So yeah, well, yeah. Moreover, yeah, it's a psyop, or is it a psyop? I don't know. You let me know. We'll talk about that. So yeah, what else are we going to talk about a little bit? Well, before I get started, I want to talk a little bit about I don't know. I did this last show, The Broken Cowboy, and I kind of feel like maybe I don't know. Jeez, I was sort of feeling like today, when you like maybe did a little something last night you shouldn't have ought to done, and you know what I'm saying, and you kind of feel like wake up the next morning and you go, I think I'm just gonna just go, and you feel exposed and vulnerable, and that kind of thing. Well, yeah, no, I mean it wasn't like that, but I do know that I kind of exposed some stuff that well, Truth Slinger Project, okay, yeah, it's a news show sort of. But it's here for a number of reasons, and one of them is to continue to give me mental health. And if you get anything out of that, well, hey, that's just that's a bonus, right? And hopefully you do. And so, yeah, so I come here and I do this, and it makes me happy, and then it allows me to do all the other things that I need to do during the day to get through life. But there's very few things that make me happy, and this is one of them. And that just tells me I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? So, yeah, right. Andrew Tate, my take on Andrew Tate. I want to talk about that before I get into the news too much. Andrew Tate's an interesting character, and I've been kind of quiet on him a little bit. I wanted to do a manliness channel, and for some time, I've got a number of channels that I'm trying to cook here, which are going to be faceless channels. And so I've got a number of ideas, and I'm not going to spill them all, but one of them was a manly, motivation kind of channel, that type thing. And so I was interested in what Andrew Tate, he's all hot right now. I mean, he's always trending on Twitter. And so, we've been kind of watching what's going on with him. And my first impression, I've kind of gone like with him, I've kind of gone from, okay, he's sort of a dirtbag to, wow, he's pretty smart, to kind of like, okay, he's a smart dirtbag. Every once in a while, I get this weird flash going on my screen, and I'm not going to cut it out of there. But, it's the weirdest thing. I've had electronic things in the past. We've had electronic things. Remember that one thing when we were doing things that were, like, definitely not of God at one point, and we had preaching and sermon come through some, like, back channel. It wasn't in the radio. It wasn't like, it was something we weren't supposed to be getting radio through or something. Oh, yeah. Wait, I think it was a videotape we made. And there was preaching in the background. It was radio waves came through some like the, oh my goodness. Anyway, yeah, so that stuff kind of happens, and it doesn't happen a lot, and I don't want to get off the deep end on that stuff. But generally, I don't feel like, anyway, never mind. So my take on Andrew Tate was kind of like, okay, he's got some good things to say. And I think men are embattled, I think, in our culture, right? Men have been under attack. Testosterone levels are down. Clearly, men are being effeminated. There's a reason for this, because the fall of any great culture always came, right? There was debauchery and effeminization of the men prior to the great civilizations falling. I mean, look that up for yourself. It's out there. So, this stuff is by design. So I thought, well, he's being persecuted, and it makes perfect sense what he's saying, because I do these days see things as conspiracies, because there are conspiracies. I mean, who the hell else do you think is trafficking the children except the people that are rich and famous? I mean, because generally rich goes along with famous or infamous, right? But no, they don't want you to know about that. I don't know if you've heard, this is just a side shoot. That movie, Sound of Freedom, yeah, if you've been keeping up on social media, they're turning off the air conditioning, they're setting fire alarms off, they're leaving the lights on in the theaters. Man, they do not want people seeing that stuff. So we're going. We've got our tickets. We finally got them. We're going. And God worked some things out for us a little bit financially here, and we got a little bit of a credit, so I'm floating some stuff now. It's like a business has got some legs under it, a little bit of business credit, not much, but enough to keep things going. And so we're going to take that little credit card, and we're going to go, man, have a dinner, because I haven't been out to dinner in a while. And who knows, all this crap is going to go sideways. And one of the things that I do believe in is you got to smell the roses, damn it. Oh, so, right, you got to do that. And anyway, before we go on any more chicken soup kind of stuff, let's just go on to what's going on. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to plug my Substack, right? So I'm going to check that off my list. Because that's a cool place where I'm publishing my free book, one installment at a time. And, that's kind of cool until I get it published, little chunks. And so, yeah, go there. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. And while you're supporting me, I've got a link tree. So somewhere up there, in the header, you can follow me in other places there, Twitter, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff. All right, so I'm going on. So I'm writing, and this week's article or segment is happens to be, just brokenness keeps coming up. Isn't that interesting how God just happens to bring things up for the edification? Well, it's God's providence, right, is the way it works. And interestingly enough, I was just talking to my wife, and Mailman Farms and I have been kind of conversing back and forth a little bit. And so we're very like-minded in a lot of different ways. And, as he shared some thoughts on this whole brokenness thing. And, it's, I think the impression that I got from the context he gave me about a comment that he made is that, well, it's very much along the lines of when I was in AA many, many, many years ago, is that we do not regret the past, nor we wish to shut the door on it, right? It is my toolbox, is the thing that allows me, it's my superpower, right? I mean, if you want to look at it that way. And I think we as Christians, it's true. When we present ourselves as being too packaged and put together, right? Everything's okay. We don't always share the places that we've come from adequately enough. And I think that learning how to do that correctly and in the right time with right people, in euphemisms when necessary, and more boldly when it comes time to helping somebody, that is our ability to be able to reach within ourselves and say, yeah, and especially, if we still, hey, I walk with a limp, okay? And if you understand what I'm saying, I've wrestled with God. I walk with a limp in more ways than one, right? And some things, and also, I've got a thorn. Don't we all have a thorn? I'm not sure what Paul's thorn is, and I'm not really sure what mine is. I do know that I have some more deliberate sin, not deliberate, more, I don't know, dug in, entrenched, difficult problems. And I think we all have them. Those places where the devil tends to get his foothold in us, right? And so staying pure, that's, important. And so, I was continuing to talk about stuff with Mailman, and I talked about the fact that I'm a bit of a loner and that I test relationships and try them, and, I don't really belong in a church. And interestingly enough, they worship God not in a traditional way by going to a church. Wow. Yeah, it happens. People do that, and that's really, really cool. I personally, I don't know if y'all have ever been to a home church before, but I went to a creepy home church once. And so I don't really do home church anymore. It scared the shit out of me so bad, okay? Yeah, I saw the lights. Yeah, it was charismatic folks, and should have told me that, right away that maybe there was. And look, I'm not afraid of the moving of the Holy Spirit. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of white people are. Yeah, there I said it. And a lot of Baptists are, Southern Baptists and people like that. But I also, believe that the full gospel, right? There's a lot of nonsense goes on under the banner of full gospel and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, where the hell was I? I was talking about the Holy Spirit. Oh, yeah. So we had this home church. And boy, I mean, the temperature in the room went up while we were all holding hands. I think the lights dimmed and it was just, oh man, I couldn't wait to get out of there. I felt like there were like flies crawling all over me, man. I think there was a flies in the room. They kept landing on each of. Oh, it's just. Ugh. So anyway, that didn't feel real right. So you know, while I might pray if like I go visit anybody, you know, like the whole having a home church and singing hymns and songs and having like a whole service, yeah, that's probably not going to be me. It's not going to be happening, you know. That's not to say I don't worship, and boy, when it comes time to worship the Holy Spirit, you know. But I also believe that, you know, you can be sitting there just reading the Bible, right, having a good old Bible study, and just like go into worship, right. You don't need to whip that crap up, right. So I'm comfortable with that, but just don't call it a home church, you know. I just get that kind of shit. Just yeah. So right. Enough about that, right? You probably didn't. That's more than you needed to know about my desire to be, home church, right? So, all right. So what we want to talk about today? Well, some cool stuff, right, is going on, right? And one of the things personally for me that's going on that I thought was kind of cool. What is this? What is this? Where is it? Oh God, the mayhem. Okay, let's play this. Let's play this because I don't want to skip over this. I'll miss it because my wife created this for us, and she said this is very powerful, and so let's react to it together. Let's do it this way. How's that? All right, let's rock.
We have predators on our streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street. Tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally have not been socialized. We should focus on them now, not out of a liberal instinct for love, but for simple, pragmatic reasons. What? Does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society to protect my family and yours from them. They are beyond the pale, many of those people. Beyond the pale. We have no choice but to take them out of society. We must make the streets safer. I don't care why someone is a malefactor in society. I don't care why someone is antisocial. I don't care why they become a sociopath. We have an obligation to burden them off from the rest of society. They are in jail, away from my mother, your husband, our families. We must take back the streets.
Wow. Wow, man. That's Joe Biden, dude. That is the president of this country. Yeah. And all of that footage is all recent. Every bit of that footage, to my understanding, it looks to me, and we've seen most of it before, is all during the presidency and reign of President Joe Biden. Yeah. I don't know, man. So, what's next here? Okay, this is pretty cool. I don't know. I've been talking to some of you a little bit, and I've been sharing that I haven't done any shorts in quite some time. And, you know, but the first channel got shut down. True Slinger got shut down, and I kept going with True Slinger X. And I had some luck when they were parallel, but when the first one got shut down, I don't know if the AI was all over me or whatever. But, yeah, just nothing. So I gave up on it. I was like, why spend effort? Plus, it took work peeling them out myself. Well, artificial intelligence, you know, I'm reading books, man. And the books tell me, you know, hey, do this. And I go, wow, what a great idea that is. And so, yeah, it pointed me to this idea of using artificial intelligence. And so I did. So that's a reel I uploaded onto, actually, Jen uploaded for me, onto Twitter. And that's cool because, I mean, it made like anywhere from a dozen to 15, depending on the video, out of a 30, 45 minute. And it's really, some of them are garbage, but some of them are really kind of neat. And boy, but here's the effect of it. This is what I wanted to show you. Let's jump over here, right? So check this out. Here, see these? This means shorts, right? The little S on there, right? Check that out. Cha-ching! Yeah, that's right. Snow White gets a modern spin. Got 3,000 views. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yep. I'm not going to turn the party lights on, right? But that's pretty cool, right? I think that's pretty neat. And also, you can see cracking under pressure. And that's just a little short about the fact that I happen to have warned status, and now I'm permanently warned. I don't even get 90. You know, I don't get 90 days to that warning doesn't go away. It's not like a strike. The strikes fall off. Warnings don't. So I burned up my warning. I mean, it's like literally, it's like you start going on YouTube and you're walking along, and then all of a sudden they go, hey, yeah, you're that safety net way down here, 12, 15 stories below you. Yeah, it's gone. We just wrapped it all up. Bye. Sons of bitches. Okay. So, enough expressing myself in, oh, yeah, neat stuff. Right, so don't you guys just love Ukraine and all the money we're shoveling over there? It's in excess of $100 billion. 400, I don't know, 100, 400, so much money that I can't wrap my damn mind around it. Biggest money laundering operation in history, in my opinion. That's what I think, right? But what the hell do I know? I'm just some redneck hick in Maine, right? I don't know nothing. Yeah. So, but yeah, you know what I do know? I knew what Nazi symbols look like, and yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, there's a bunch of white guys and Nazis, and we're shoveling billions of dollars over to the Ukraine, who happens to be shutting down churches, yeah, and throwing, oh, yeah, well, we've actually got a little bit of it. We got some, and we got a meme on that, don't we? Yeah, ooh, stealing the thunder, yeah, wait.
And you gotta give a shout out to the girl.
Shout out to the girl.
Yep, that posted the meme.
Oh, okay, yeah, right. You talk about Wendy?
Nope.
Right.
Main girl.
Oh, main girl, okay. Oh, ha, 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 let's laugh at him. I didn't mean to go to full screen. I meant to go to this. Looking at me. But yeah, he's fun to stop and laugh at, right? Man, I don't know if you saw his Dairy Queen. He went to Dairy Queen versus Trump's Dairy Queen. Oh, my God. Nobody was there, and he's sitting there, and he's talking to a reporter, and he orders, like, versus Trump. Okay, Trump, there's, like, 20 people deep, and then there's all the people outside the store pressing against the glass, and it's going, right? And he's passing out, serving. He's a servant leader, right? So what does he do? He passes out blizzards. He doesn't know what the hell one is. He doesn't care. There's ice cream. He knows what the hell it is. He's joking anyway, right? And so he's trolling the left, and he's passing them out, right? The place is full, and people love it. They're like, oh, my God, I'm going to take this home. I'm going to eat the blizzard, and then I'm going to get to keep the cup and the spoon. I might even be able to sell it on eBay. I mean, but I'll probably keep it because he touched it, right? He's got this superpower, right? And then Ron DeSantis is in Dairy Queen pulling this thing, right? Yeah, he's talking about policy because he's such a policy wonk in his vest. You know. Oh, God, right? Okay, so this is cool. Watch this. A little fun time. You know, it's like we take back culture here, okay? I'm going to say it today. Colored people. You know any colored people? I do. I like some colored people. Some colored people I don't like. I don't like communist colored people. Right? There you go. So I don't like that. You know what? Do I hate gay people? No. Am I homophobic? No, I am not scared of homosexuals. I'm really not. I don't sit at home and go, I hope the homosexuals aren't coming for us. Actually, I'm kind of like not really scared of them at all because they're homosexuals. I mean, what's to be scared of them? Now, these are not homosexuals. Okay? But this is funny because I'm taking it back, man. I'm coming back for the culture, man. Arr! Duro, right? I'm coming back for it, right?
I think that'll do, gentlemen.
Tense standoffs. I love fighting. MMA in particular. Oh. You know what? That was damn funny. Yeah, that was good. And you know what? I want that back. You see what I'm saying? I want that back. Man, damn it, I've got a nostalgia streak, and right now I'm going to park right in the middle of my show, and I want to talk about this because I'm going to do a whole show some night. And I want to do it in dedication to this guy right here, right? This guy right here is my hero, really. This is Ron Swede, man. This is the Ghoul. And when I was like, 10, 11, 12 years old, and I was living in a new neighborhood that was all scary, and, and right in front of the teens, and, just all the weird stuff going on in your life when that's going on in your life, and you're 12, 13, 14. Every Friday night, man, this was on, it was everybody had them, I think, the Monster Creature feature, whatever, Friday night double feature, whatever. There was alternatives, this guy was on UHF. We had the VHF, Houlihan and Big Chuck. And, but this guy was on Channel 61. And I had his sweatshirt, and my dad actually worked with this guy, Ron Swede's mother, right? That kind of brush with fame sort of thing. So just that being the story, right? It's just like I attended the events, he was a local celebrity in the Cleveland area. And so when he would go, he would be the kind of celebrity that you could kind of touch, right? You could get actually get a signature or something. And so, they'd be there at all the Halloweens and stuff. And so, yeah, and then they would do skits. And the biggest thing about this is that this guy operated out of a studio that was the size of a closet, right? And you can see, kind of the stuff here, what's going on. And here's the studio right here. Let me click on that so you can see it. Yeah, right there. Right. And this just happens to be a piece of art one of his fans did. And this is one of my favorite pictures. And he did this his whole life. This is him right in the end. He died in 2019. And that kind of makes me real sad. And so, and I'm not going to cut this part out either because of what Mailman said, right? There's a reason this stuff makes me emotional, right? And there's a reason that this stuff, because, see, this is what drives me, right? This is the kind of crazy shit that no matter what's going on with the internet and I can't upload shit. I want to just tear the wires out of the wall and, and the money doesn't come in when I want it to and all this kind of stuff. The stuff that gets in the way, right, of bringing the message. Right. Well, yeah. Yeah, good. And I'm glad that you said that because I just don't want to. I was talking about that. It's not accidental that people are being drawn to nostalgia. And as a matter of fact, we did a live stream, and if I could just get enough bandwidth, I wanted to start live streaming again. But I want to have like a one show a week just to kind of go over nostalgia because the things were better. And this country was better when I was a kid. It just was. And it's not all this shit like it is now, and division and all this kind of stuff. And it's been around, okay. But the problem is that we were all enjoying it, right? And so as a result, we were not paying attention.
We had things in common.
What?
We had things in common.
Well, yeah. In the day and age today, it's like, okay, first of all, who knows this guy? Not many people. But, I mean, back then, it was like we had 3 channels of television. We didn't all have phones. We had a landline we called each other on. And when that was working and when the storm didn't blow down the lines and stuff. And so, you know, when we watch things, we had these things in common. I mean, look now, everything is market fragmented to infinitum, right? I mean, it just you can't keep up with it. I mean, I've got an audience of subscribers of 150 some odd people, with about 10 maybe people that are actually 10 to 20 people that are actually watching on a semi-consistent basis. And whoa, stop. So anyway, yeah. So I didn't want to spend too much time, but this guy, I want to do a show about him later. But he was my hero, and he still is my hero.